ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। சீரொன்றுதூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
So we were talking about the importance of jati adhikaraha in Pancaratra procedure. Now we are going further to the next verse. Trayanam kshatriya adinam prapannanam cha tattvataha amantram adhikarastu chaturvyuha kriyakrame. Now we were talking about the important skills required on the personality of the priest, the Bhattacharya, as we call it in our Sampradaya, Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, and also the Archaka, as we call it in other Sampradaya. Common term, both of them are synonyms. And we have a better name in the sense he must be a scholar. Bhattaha. Bhattaha meaning scholar. A scholar only can be a teacher, Acharya, preceptor. So we call them a nice name, with a nice name, Bhattacharya. Archaka, as you understand very easily, that they only do puja, that's all. Gurukal in Tamil. Gurukal in Tamil. Kal is a Bahuvachana addition. For Bahuvachana addition, we say Kal. So Gurukal. Gurukal is Gurukal is Guru. As you know, again we teacher, as we say. But in this, in that there is a particular clan for the Gurukal. They have what we call internalization. Namely, the bridegrooms and brides are from the same clan. Others may not join this Gurukal clan. And again, there is a what we call ignominy for this clan. That is, nobody wants to join Gurukal as what we call as Advaita. Even Archaka is rejected. Bhattacharya is rejected because of low income. And recently, when I talked with a boy's father, rather yesterday night, I talked with him, and the family of the boy has a right to Tirupati temple entry with a right, R-I-G-H-T, what you call with birth rights, what you call first uh, water receiver, meaning Mudal Tirthakara. Mudal Tirthakara. There are in many temples we have got Mudal Tirthakara. Tirthakara meaning they receive the holy water first. Among all the devotees, they are getting the first preference. And therefore I talked with him. The problem was to get the boy married. That is the problem. Why there is many people, that is girls' fathers, appreciate this rights. That is, oh, your family has got a privilege to get into the Tirupati temple uh, uh, as the first person to receive the holy water. But while talking with the other status, the other aspects of the status, they simply keep quiet, keep mum. They don't want to give their daughters in marriage to. This is very peculiar. Very peculiar. That is, I don't want my son-in-law to be an shishtachara man. I don't want. I want son-in-law to be a laukika in the sense he should adjust with any situation. He should be ready to go abroad and so on. A priest, when he has children to get married, then that is a problem. Because every religion, every caste, every other creed has a problem of marriage. But so here we are talking about the first three, Trayanam, Kshatriyanam, or the next three. Let us take the next three, that is Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. These three. So Trayanam, Kshatriyanam, so they also have the qualification, namely Prapannaha. Prapannaha, surrendery. So all the three people are surrenderies. No problem, no issues. So Prapannanam cha tattvataha. Really they are surrenderies. All the three. Because in the temples that managed by different people, different caste people, they have Kshatriyas, Raja worshipping the same. In the palace, a king has to worship. He will not engage somebody else. He will not engage a priest to do some important rituals in worship. He himself will take upon. He himself will have time, will allot time to worship the Lord. He is not ready to delegate his powers to some other priest for salary. No. Such kings are there. Very good kings are there. Rama is the best example. Sri Rama is the best example. He himself worshipped Ranganatha. The Ranganatha divine auspicious figure was transferred from Lord Creator Brahma from Satyaloka, and from Satyaloka to Brahma to Vivaswan, the sun god, Sun, sun god. And then after that, there were 14 Manus with the same name, Manu 1, Manu 2, Manu 3, Manu 14. So after that Manu 14, we had a very famous king called Ikshwaku. Then after Ikshwaku, we had very famous king called Kakustha. And then we had, of course, the recent, what we call, the earlier ancestors of Rama, namely Dilipa, Raghu, Aja, and Rama. And after Rama, Lava, Kusha, and so on. We have 29 kings described by Kalidasa in his Raghuvamsha. And the race ends with a king called Agnivarna. That's all. It comes to a close. Now, why is it is? Kings worship the Lord. Kings themselves worship the Lord. So Kshatriya is not exempted. Kshatriya does not transfer his responsibility. The Kshatriya will not give up his right. That is the beauty. Then again, Vaishya. You have Vaishya temples today. what you call Shettiar in Tamil, but Sanskrit word is very beautiful. Shreshti, business people. Shreshti meaning the best man in the society. How do you say a man is best in the society? But because he is honest businessman. He is an honest businessman. That's why we call in Sanskrit Shreshti, and it becomes Shetti as a caste, Shettiar. There are so many castes under Shettiar, sub-castes under Shettiar, and you have the temples managed by Vaishyas. And then lastly, the Shudras also. So we don't call it non-Brahmin as the Britishers unfortunately call them. So all of them are not non-Brahmins. Kshatriya, Vaishya. So we have a common name, a bad term attributed to them. Yeah, Saptadasi Vaishnavas are meant for only, their business is offering flowers, offering what do you call sweet smelling materials for the Lord. Chandanam. So sandal paste is offered to the Lord by Saptadasi Vaishnavas. Actually, Satada is not the real meaning. Satriya Sri Vaishnavas. So Satada means they never do it by themselves. That's the meaning. They are also interested. They also offer material, flowers, garlands, all unguents, all beautiful unguents, unguents, unguents. They all give. So that is different. So now you have the. Now what is the difference between Brahmana and all other three varnas, namely amantram, amantram. Again, I say, even Kshatriya and Vaishya have the right to understand the meaning of the spells, mantra, but they are not supposed to recite them. That's it. That's the problem here, you can say. So Vaishyas and Kshatriyas can understand the scriptures, can read the scriptures also, of course, not loudly, but they cannot recite by the accents. They cannot recite it by the accents. They can, maybe they can say the riks, hymns, HYMNS, but not. So the last varna is not supposed to even read the scriptures. They can understand the meaning. They can always hear the meaning. So amantram adhikarastu. So in the construction of a temple, Chaturvyuha Kriya Krame, in the four types of arrangement in construction of a temple, all the three are involved. All the three are involved. Of course, not the Brahmana. Brahmana will not engage himself in what we call construction of a temple. He can only design a temple. He can give the suggestions to design a temple, give a map of the temple, and he can be a surveyor, but not an engineer, a civil engineer or anything else. All the civil engineering skills will be borne by BO or NE by the last varna. So Sakriye Mantra Chakretu, Vaibhaviye Vivekanam, Mamata Sannirastanam, Swakarma Niratatmanam, Karma Vangmanasehi Samyak Bhaktanam Parameshwari, Chaturnam Adhikaro Vai, Purite Dikshakram Sati. Evam, this is a cluster of verses. Evam Sampratipannanam Mantra Purvam Yathastitam, Vidhanameka Murtiyam, Samakarnaya Sampratam. Now, as you understand the last word, that is the verb of the sentence, the whole, starting from the verse which is not seen in the monitor, starting with the previous verse, yes. Trayanam, from Trayanam Kshatriyadinam, so up to the last verse, ending with Sampratam, Samakarnaya. Now, this is an instruction by Swami Vedanta Deshika in Pancaratra Raksa, this text, that we must hear these rules. Samakarnaya. Samakarnaya meaning hear these rules, listen to these rules. When? Sampratam now. Now listen to these rules. Why now in the sense? We have learnt what are the 32 mistakes to be avoided, and therefore now you please understand how a Divya Mangala Vigraha, Murti, look at the word Murti in the last line. Murti, Iyam Murti. Murti, you can say. Murti. Also short vowel ending and long vowel ending, you can say that. Maybe Murti will become Murti, Murti, two figures, two divine figures, namely the goddess and the god. We never broke separation from this, and therefore Murti Iyam. So Eka Murti Iyam. It can be a two in one. Two in one. For example, in the case of Shiva temple, it can be Ardhanarishwara. Ardhanarishwara. In the case of Narasimha temple, it can be Chenjulakshmi on the lap, on the divine lap, and like Nrsimha. And again, of course, separately staying as a different, staying as a different divine figure, Divya Mangala Vigraha, divine auspicious figure, but by the side, by the side. So generally, as we know, understand, there are three types of adhikara for the goddess, and if you have what we call special adhikara, right, to be separate in a sanctum sanctorum for the goddess. In many temples, you have sanctum sanctorum separately for the goddess. And for example, Ranganatha, Sri Ranganatha has got Ranganayika in a separate sanctum sanctorum. And again, it's called Adhikara Archa. Adhikara Archa. Adhikara Archa. And then in a temple like Urayur, nearby, what we call in, according to Tamil Shastra, Kori. Kori is the name of the Kshetram, Divya Kshetram, where you have Kamalavalli Nachiyar. The goddess is called Kamalavalli. And again, Ranganatha only. So Ranganatha has no separate sanctum sanctorum along with, I mean, he is along with the goddess. There is only one sanctum sanctorum. Kamalavalli is always associated with Ranganatha. So this is only example. So we have got a lot of temples which have separate sanctum sanctorum and single sanctum sanctorum. But our thought while we worship as a devotee should always be two sancta sanctora in one. Two sancta sanctora in only one. Sannidhi as not two separate sannidhis, simply one sannidhi. We must remember that. And for example, Ranganayika, the goddess of Srirangam, will have in her bosom, Lord Ranganatha. It's not shown actually literally and figuratively, but we must always think that she is inseparable. Anapayini, Anapayini, with regard to Ranganayika and also Ranganatha. So in Ranganatha, you have a very clear padakam. Padakam is there. Padakam meaning a dollar. Padakam, as we say in Tamil also. Padakam we say in Tamil when it is a reward, it's a prize. So we say in Sanskrit Padakam. Padakam. And that is the symbol of the presence of goddess Ranganayika in Sri Ranganatha. While Ranganatha is lying down, Periya Perumal, and also is standing in a standing posture, namely Namperumal. Both of them have the on the chest, on the divine chest, the goddess. Now, so again, we now see what is the procedure. Vidhanam, last line. Vidhanam ekamurti. So in the procedure of single divine auspicious figure, hello devotees, please listen to me. That's what Swami Deshika says. Now, whether these four varnas, starting with Dvija up to the last one, even when both the categories are both categories involve themselves in the mantra. Mantra meaning recitation with actions for the first varna, and the last one, next three varnas will have meaning and understood. They know the meaning. That is what we call Sakriye Mantra Chakre. First line. Sakriye Mantra Chakre. Actions involve mantra. It's like a cycle. Mantra Chakre. It's a cycle of spells. And then Vaibhavi, especially in festivals. Vaibhavi, Vivekinam. Viveka meaning one who has got sense of discrimination. That is why we say the kings themselves will not offer to recite with accents the scripture. Whereas others have some what we call Nappashai Tamil word. They will have some desire to utter the mantra, but a Viveki will not do it. A man of discrimination will not recite the scriptures among the three varnas, Kshatriya up to the last. So Vivekanam. And again, of course, then they must give up their self motive, selfish motive or self motive. Mamata sannirastanam. Mamata. Mamata is insolence, pride, haughtiness. Mamakaraha, ahankaraha, both ahankaraha and mamakaraha. They must have thrown it away. Some nirastanam. Nirasta meaning throwing it away. So they must not have a single iota of thought of their own selfish motive. Then Swakarma Niratatmana. They must be always busy with their worship, with their worship of the Lord. Swakarma Nirastanam. They must be conscious of their duty. Swakarma Niratatmana. Very beautiful statements by Vedanta Deshika, which cannot be imitated by all others. Again, you understand the stress on the action. What is the action? Karma, vak, manasai. There must be one in action, deed, then vak, speech, word, and then manasa, mind. So there must be one in action, word, mind, and deed. There must be a good devotee, samyak bhaktana. Better than the devotees who throng the temple. Thousands and lakhs of devotees attend. 72,000 times the name Govinda is uttered every time in every day in Tirupati. 72 times. There is a statistics. 72,000 times minimum. Minimum 72,000 times, whether there is a crowd or not. Every day the name, the holy name Govinda is uttered in Tirupati. So Parameshwari, he must believe, the priest must believe only in the supremacy of the Lord. He must not think of other gods. Parameshwari. Parameshwara, the connotation of the word is Lord Shiva. But we have in Sahasranama the word Parameshwara. Therefore, we must believe in, we must have faith in the supreme Lord. Then we have all the four varnas have got the rights. Chaturnam adhikaraha. Why? Truly, definitely. Vritte in our action, in our activities. Vritte. That is our job. Our job is a priest's job. It's a holy job. All of us have got the rights. But we must have what we call initiation. Diksha. Diksha krame sati. When we have been initiated to that, somebody should give us the certificate in black and white. So, with regard to Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, we go to the Kanchipuram Kshetram and get it. Today, we have the only Kanchipuram Kshetram. No other Kshetram has got certifiers. A person who gives you a certificate is called a Dikshita, already initiated. And you become a Dikshita when you are certified. So Diksha Kramesit. It should have been a proper certification. It should be a genuine certification. It should be a bona fide certification. Otherwise, you are not supposed to be a priest. So Diksha Kramesati Evam. Now already we saw the first line, Prapannanam. Look at the word Prapannanam in the first line of this page. Right? So now you have another word here, Sampratipannanam. The same meaning is more stressed here. Sampratipannanam. Prapannanam surrenderies, of the surrenderies. Here, Sampratipannanam, all of us have faith, complete faith, 100% faith in the Lord. Sampratipannanam. How? Mantra Purvam Mithastita. Again, the onerous task, Onerous, onerous task lies on the head of the priest. Namely, he must utter the scriptures with the right accent, not with the good accent or better accent or best accent. It should be the right accent. Mantra Purvam Yathastitam. As is, where is. You should not mince matters. You should not be ignorant of the scriptures. Or, for example, all the other three varnas should know the meaning correctly. The correct interpretation must be understood. That is very important. So, mantra purvam, they must know the spells, in the sense they must have understood the spells. Example, the Dvijavarna must have recited the spells required for that. And then Samprat, Yathastitam, as it is true. This is the procedure, Vidhanam procedure. Now, this is from Satvata Samhita. Satvata Samhita is very strict. Swami Vedanta Deshika quoted only, but even in quotation, we may fumble. We may fumble, but Swami Deshika, he does not mince matters. So, he now adds, Jaya Samhita, Jayadishu, Cha, Aptadi Vedaha Drashtavya. Now, there are 2 points here. One is, who has instructed you to become priest? That you must take care of. So you must get it from a friend. Only your friend will teach you. So he must be a reliable friend. A reliable friend. Who is a reliable friend here? Jaya Samhita. Who is another reliable friend? Sattata Samhita. So these are all Samhitas are our friends. You know the dictum, namely, scriptures act like a Yajamana, Prabhu, the boss. Scriptures act like the boss. Puranas act like a teacher, can say. And then Puranas act like what you call Apta, and then friends. And then Itihasas like Ramayana and Mahabharata and all other later kavyas will act as wife. We have certain, deviation, distinction between these three. So the scriptures give orders, give orders, and then the Puranas will tell you with a sweet talk and as a friend, and then lastly, the wife will cajole you to do that. Here, CAJOL. So now Jayadishu Aptadi Vedaha Drashtavya. So you must categorize your friends also. Good friend, better friend, best friend. So you must approach the best friend. So the best friend is books. Sarvesham Antataha Bhagavat Praptihi Saman. All said and done, all our actions are good, and finally we reach only one. That is the Lord. Bhagavat Praptihi Samana. Whatever be our way, method of worship in the Pancaratra tradition, our end benefit is only one, namely Lord Sriman Narayana's divine feet. That we must say. We don't become one with the God as we say in Advaitam, namely Sayujyam. We don't have Sayujyam. But we have Samipyam, Salokyam, Sarupyam, and the very surrender is our goal. The divine feet is our goal. As a pair, the divine pair of feet is our goal. Vikalanamapi Bhagavatam. Last line is very, very humorous or contradicting the previous statement. What about we say non-devotees? Devotees, there are a lot of devotees, and they do a lot of mistakes also. They are not perfect like priests. Then what about them? What is their goal? The same goal. Vikalanamapi Bhagavatam. Even they miss something, even when they commit errors, they are to reach only one goal, that is divine Sriman Narayana's divine feet. That's all. Now, to tell you the example, a parallel, what you call an analogy, there is a beautiful verse where the Ganges is blamed by a devotee. The river Ganges is blamed by scolded by a devotee, a true devotee. Hey Gange, hey Gange, do you have discrimination? Tava Vivekaha asti va. Do you have discrimination? Why? And the Ganges asks in reply, why I'm blamed for non-discrimination or discrimination? He says, you are taking the sinners to heaven. You are taking the sinners to heaven. Papi is a happy. Swargam nayasi. Papi is a happy. Swargam nayasi. A good man takes bath in you, namely river Ganges, or river Ganga. And a sinner, a grave sinner, Panchama Pataki, who has committed all sins, all five grave sins and also many other sins, unincluded. That is all inclusive. So he has committed a lot of sins. He takes bath in you, namely O Ganga, the river. He is also taken to heaven. I am also taken to heaven. He is also taken to heaven. Now, what is the discrimination power you have? This is what we call Ninda Stuti in Sanskrit. Ninda Stuti, meaning apparent censuring, whereas it's a real praise. Apparent censuring, C-E-N-S-U-R-E-N-G, whereas it is a real praise. You can also do the other way. You really praise a person, and then it is a real censure. You can praise a man falsely. You can praise a man falsely and make others understand it is not real. It is not true. You are actually scolding him. You are blaming him. You are finding fault with him. You are picking holes with him. So this is how. Now, even the question we will ask is, when there are devotees, so-called devotees who are not good in nature, they will also get to the feet of divine feet of Sriman Narayana. And those who try hard, strive their best to get into the divine feet of the Lord, then both of them, both of us are equal. Then why should I be following all these rules, strict rules? Let me be a stray person. That is not it. We will talk about Ijja. This is the third timings of the day. We have 5 timings, namely Abhigamanam, the early morning approach to the God's sanctum sanctorum at home. Then Upadhanam, collection of materials for worship. Ijja, actually the noon time worship. day noon time zone shift. After that, we have got Swadhyaya, self-study, and then finally yoga after the evening grub. Sayantana, Palaharanantaram, we have yoga. So yoga meditation. So all that we did in the during the day and whether we did good actions. So you have an analysis, you take a statistics and so on. And finally go to sleep. Yoga, after yoga. So when sleep itself is yoga. And Saubhagyavati Hema Krishna will understand more and more when she is attending every session from today, tomorrow. Thank you. So, can you recite the verses which monitor shows? We have what they call Taniyans. We call Taniyans in our Sampradaya. Taniyan is a separate verse for a single preceptor. Please, Hema Krishna.
नमस्ते महोदय। रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्य किं तत् लिखितमिति मया न अवगम्यते।
अनुस्वार is there.
श्रीमद्वेङ्कट किं तत्? नाथार्यं वा? अस्तु। श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। धन्यवादः महोदय, अवसरार्थं धन्यवादः।
Two more.
इतोपि अस्ति वा? अस्तु। कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः। अस्तु। वादिद्विपशिरो भङ्गपञ्चानन पराक्रमः श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य चिरं विजयतां भुवि। धन्यवादः महोदय।
Can you read the Tamil letters in English transliteration? Okay, Sumati Mami will help. Sumati Madam.
Adiin. சீரொன்னு தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்னு சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்னு தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர போமளவும் வாழ்வே.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞானவைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம்.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.